what stood up with me in the speech is how he's really like exposing the corruption and how he's fighting for a better country and trying to fix the economy.
I think it's great what President Trump has done for our country, securing the border, something that the Democrats said couldn't be done without a bipartisan bill. President Trump came in and did it immediately, making America safe again for men, women, children.
He is wrecking the economy on purpose. We can see that in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and we can see the tanking of our GDP in the past week. So there's no one that he is fooling except the people who he's been fooling all along.
He talked about fixing the economy immediately, considering so many tariffs have been slapped on neighboring countries, the U.S.'s largest trading partners. What do you have to say on that?
Well, it's a slap in the face to our allies in Mexico and Canada have been our allies historically ever since we've been the United States, other than, I guess, the Spanish-American War and the War of 1812. But we've counted on Canada. They've helped us put out our wildfires. They helped us get hostages out of Iran. They've historically helped us so much, and they don't deserve this treatment, and neither does Mexico. He's hurting Mexico, he's hurting Canada, and he's hurting the United States. Canada's about to cut off power to northern states that are along the border, and that's not helping them, and they're in their rights to do that, because what should they do? We're trying to find a peaceful way to counteract his totalitarian moves.
To maintain decorum, a congressman was asked to leave the floor. How do you react to that?
I think that sounds like the reaction of a weak man who can't stand to have truth spoken to him. If he were a powerful person and a person with real authority, he wouldn't feel threatened by someone making jokes or yelling objections to what he's saying.
My name is Brian Berenker, and what stood up with me in the speech is how he's really like exposing the corruption and how he's fighting for a better country and trying to fix the economy. And also I like how he's been diplomatic and trying to cut funding so taxpayers won't be wasting a lot of money.
He began his speech by saying America is back. Do you really believe so, that America is back?
I believe so. I believe so in many ways. I think in culture, and I think we're back. We're America again. We're not the anti-America governments that we had in trying to promote their own agenda that promoted indoctrination and all these things. He's signing a lot of legislations, and Donald Trump is the only president in the history of the United States on signing more legislations in less than 2 months than any president in the history of the United States. So that's an accomplishment.
He also talked about there are just two genders, male and female. How do you respond to that?
I think that's biologically speaking, that's good, because that's the way it's supposed to be. There's only two genders, there's male and female, and I believe life starts at conception. I agree with totally.
I think that the president should spend less time talking about eggs. I heard that in his address tonight, and more time talking about the fear that is going on in the people of these United States. I've never had it in these United States where my friends have an evacuation plan, a how to flee plan. This is something that happens in dictatorship, not in a democracy.
He talked about the economy. Do you have any thoughts on that, how he plans to implement it?
I think his ideas on tariffs are moronic. I think that this plan to, have other countries pay taxes on goods that are imported is out of the. Okay, these tariffs ideas are out of the 1800s. They're moronic. I don't think they're good for our economy, and I think they will hurt everyone, especially the poor people, the most.
You know, I think it's great. First off, I'm from California. I think it's great what President Trump has done for our country, securing the border, something that the Democrats said couldn't be done without a bipartisan bill. President Trump came in and did it immediately, making America safe again for men, women, children. I think his plans for America to become more financially independent, economically, energy independent, I think we're really on the right path. It's going to take some time, but I think he's a strong, important, caring leader who is actually looking out for the best of our country going forward.
He talked about slapping tariffs on neighboring countries, also including China. Talk to us about what you really think about that.
Well, I'm an economics major from University of California, San Diego. What the American people need to realize is that tariffs, especially in China, are imposed upon all of our goods, and in India, they actually lower inflation, and it's more about balancing what's going on between our countries and making a fair, level playing field for everyone. So it's going to be difficult for a lot of people to understand, but Canada especially tariffs us our agricultural goods, milk, eggs, extremely high. So it's only fair and right for the American people to have reciprocal trade. And I think in the end, it's going to end up for the best of America.